turn this music off. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Equinox. Ah! Happy Equinox. Who's here? Dawn's here. Leticia's here. Hi, Leticia. Where? Oh, it took me. I am getting also on YouTube right now. So we'll also give it a couple minutes. I'm also going to be starting my music here. The energy is very intense today, to say the least. Very, very intense with this spring equinox. So please tell me how you're feeling. How's the equinox affecting you? Do you notice anything different in your body or energy or emotions, mentally, whatever? Do you feel anything different about today? I do. I definitely feel it. It feels, well, we have so much going on, people. Holy moly. It's a lot. It's been a lot, but hot damn, it is a lot. a lot. And it's like literally this spiritual, energetic, I'm thinking like banana split Sunday kind of thing, which has so much going on. It's like bananas and different types of ice cream and whipped cream and nuts. And then the last thing is the cherry on top. And this whole week is like the cherry after. Oh, I'm going to knock over these. I'm sure I'm going to knock over these flowers. Aren't they pretty? Let me share my flowers with you. Oh, if you don't have fresh flowers at home, what is wrong? What has happened to you? Why have you gotten off course or not on course? It is so important to have fresh flowers at home. I used to have them all the time, but sometimes I go a little, like, they'll dry out and stuff. I still love them dried out. I keep a lot of the flowers that go dry, but I try to have fresh flowers, at least one, but 2 to 3 different areas of a big vase of flowers. And no matter where I put it right now, it's kind of in the way. And I'm like, I know I'm going to knock these flowers. I've been dropping things all day like crazy, knocking things over, tripping, getting caught on things, forgetting it's so like the energy is so, what's the word? The energy is so, I don't even know, like the right words to, hey, Vanessa, happy equinox. I don't even know the proper word for it. It feels very, that's what I was going to say earlier. It feels very, full, like super full, like really intense full moon, but like way more than that. Way more than that. And there's a lot of water energy going on as well. Even though today is not only the spring equinox, but we're moving into, today we're in Aries. So it's the first, it's the astrological new year. And I'm getting on Fireside right now, so I can see the chat on Fireside better. I just have to mute. There we go. Close that. I see highs, hellos, nobody answering my questions. How are we feeling today? Please respond. Where are we? Here we go. Leticia. Leticia said some things in this chat, in the YouTube chat. If I can see it. Let me, oh my goodness. Trying to make it bigger so I can read it. And my God, I love lilies. They're my favorite. I don't have any lilies. I have so many flowers. None of them are lilies because I just bought like bunches at the grocery store. Never had some like these before. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so excited for you. It's telling me that I have poor connection. So if that's true, please let me know. Vanessa says I feel normal. How about you, Dawn? How are you feeling? How's your energy and etc. today? And then Leticia, as far as see, I think the thing is that you have an Android phone. So I'm not sure exactly. I think you do, or maybe I'm not sure, but okay, I'm going to assume that you're on a device that you can chat. And so what you click is where it says Q&A. And if you want to, let's see here. Nope, that's not. Sorry. Oh, sorry. No. You click. Sorry, I messed up. To see what the chat is, you click Q&A to see the ongoing chat. To actually chat, you click on where it says react with the little guy with the heart eyes. Then you pick an emoji, one of those emojis, and you add, and then it says add a message, and then the little chat box comes up for you to type in a message. So maybe you're just not knowing where to go. Because it just says react. It doesn't say chat here, or it's just, I mean, yeah, react is kind of a little ambiguous. So Dawn says, I'm feeling a lot like too much to fit in a chat, but overall today is bringing a sense of new beginnings. Oh, good. I like that. Yeah, no, a synopsis of how you're feeling is fine. Let me go. Okay, here we go. So, alrighty. Where to begin? Where to begin? I guess I want to begin with, I kind of want to make this simple because I'm really guided to do maybe up to 3 oracle cards today. So, and we've been talking about like all of this and what's going on. So I'm going to try to keep this short actually, because I could theoretically talk about all that's going on and the different layers of stuff for probably 2 straight hours. We could have a conversation about this stuff. And, but I'm really being guided to kind of sum it up, make it nice and tight for us so it can be clear. John is really hitting the nail on the head here with, the like new beginnings. Equinoxes in general, especially the spring equinox, is a really is like a real deal reset for us energetically, spiritually, etc. And it's a reset. It's just a real hard reset on things. We are the balance of light and dark in the day is exactly equal. So it's about balance, the equinox is about balance and transitions, and of course, yes, new beginnings. And that's the case for any, and especially spring. But this one, given everything that surrounds it right now, is just really intense. We have the new moon like tomorrow, which we're in new moon energy today. It is the day of the month that tends to kind of be more, or kind of have, for us to feel, I guess you could say, and what the overall energy in the field is a bit dark, which makes sense because the new moon, it's dark before, this is the darkest day before it goes light, because the new moon means it's like 0 0, and then we start going light. Does that make sense? So this day right before the new moon is the darkest day, on top of it being also the equinox and us going into Aries. So there's all this transition and reset energies happening. Plus, in a couple of days, we have the 3/23/2023 Galactic Portal. It's also the day, and this I found out a few days ago, that Pluto is going into Aries, which is a big major deal. There's going to be a little bit of transition over the next 8 months, I think, but then it stays there for the next 20 plus years. So, and that's a huge energetic shift, along with the one we had right at the full moon, which was Saturn into Pisces. So, all of this is really transitioning and opening up energies. And aside from that, another thing that came through was to kind of see, when we talk about these energies and the light coming in, there's this photonic light that's coming in. There's a lot of different ways to see it and feel it and understand it. Like we were talking about on Friday when I was talking about the quantum field and magnetism and all that stuff. It's important to understand, get a picture in your head of how things are so you can really tap into them. So just in the multiverse, in our universe, in our solar system, there's the energy that's being pulled in. Of course, the majority is from our own star, the sun, and then the galactic center, of course. But what came through today in a really cool vision was that the way that our planets in the solar system, in our solar system, are positioned to have their shadow kind of cast on to Gaia, is also a factor. And if you can kind of think of it kind of like a kaleidoscope kind of situation, or the Taurus vortex type of thing, where all of the energy that's coming in right now, photonically, and in the quantum field, is also being in the positions of we talk a lot about the positions in the astrology of the planets, but it's really important to think also about how those planets are processing and energy as they come through and to us, and to really kind of understand that while every planet is its own body, and it has its own embodiment that and its own, let's say, life of its own, obviously, because Gaia is the planet in our solar system that has us, that has life to such an amazing extent. They are greatly in support of her and us and everything that goes on upon Gaia. Aside from the High Council and what is kind of typically known as the Galactic Federation, but that just sounds so hokey dokey science um, fiction kind of thing. But for lack of better terms, there is so much energy and focus on Gaia and what comes through and how to maximize the energies that are coming through for the purpose of our new Earth, and that's a big term we hear a lot. A few years ago, it was the event, and it was like this big shift that was going to take place, like humanity. It was just like the weirdest ideas of what was going to happen, and I was like, okay, that is not the thing. Like there was this actual like idea that that the event meant that there was going to be this split in, like, basically the Gaia was going to turn into two, and the people who were awoken and ascending and connected in, like, awake, that whole awakening soul connecting process, and then everybody else was going to have their own planet, their own Gaia, which obviously makes no sense. And that's not the way that it works. So that was back in like 16, 17. That was being said a lot. And I came through with, we are the event. We, humanity, us, we're the event. Our awakening and everything that's been coming through, that will continue to come through, is the event as things unfold into the future. And that's only been true and the case. And leading up to now, this reset, this new beginning, and everything that's coming through, and all the supporting beings and planets and what are all of it is focused on this time right now. It's a really big deal that's going on right now, and the bottom line is about our shifting of who we are and understanding ourselves and connecting with our souls and reformatting the hard drive of the way that we perceive ourselves, connect to ourselves, and everything about nature and our part in it, and the fractaled connectivity of everything, and the awakening of humanity, and people getting and truth coming to light, and the reformatting of systems and in the world, and things shifting to what again is called the new Earth. And again, the new Earth is us. It's not an event, it's not a thing that happens, it's a continuous evolutionary process, especially for those who are awakening, and to get people to continue to awaken people and make them conscious about themselves. So it's about being clear, getting clear. And I'll share something with you that came through last night, because, I have this whole Soul Quest program going on that's starting in April. And the big question is, what does my soul want? And which is it makes you go, yeah, what does my soul want? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to do it? Where am I supposed to be doing it? With whom am I supposed to be doing it with? Like, it's just question after question after question. And all of those details are extraordinarily important. But what came through last night, which is really, really simple and so beautiful and lovely, which is the foundation of this, is the answer. Okay, so what does my soul want? And the answer is to go home. And you are home. Your divine connection is home. That's ultimately what your soul wants. And the union between the two of you as the human, as the person, and your desires, what makes you happy as a person, and then that amplified by being connected to your soul, is the co-creation that needs to take place. And what is, just this under the surface, blossoming that is meant to happen. And why it's for a lot of us, and more of us, that is going to be the absolute, like, most important thing, is that union with our souls, and what we're and how we're meant to co-create with that soul essence of who we are, and the person that we are as a human being in these lifetimes. And it's like that saying, home is where the heart is. And it's like, if you're all connected in really beautiful ways with yourself and with your soul and with nature and Gaia and your guides and guardians and stuff, you are literally always home, no matter where you are. That groundedness and solidness and connectedness with anything that would make you feel safe and secure is just always a part of your essence, no matter where you're at. And hey there, Georgia. Hi. Yes, I am my favorite person. That's great. So to really consider this time right now, with the equinox, with the new moon, with Pluto, with Saturn, and everything that's going on, and all of these energies that are happening, and what it's meant for, what's the purpose of it, is about helping us get clear, have clarity, to not allow the massive shifts and changes that are going on in the world, and everything that's coming to light, and chaos, throw us off and get us distracted and make us worry and anxious, and oh, the banks are collapsing, the people are protesting, this is, there's a lot, like right now it's wild what's going on across different areas of the world and governments and stuff. In the United States, there's a very real possibility that our ex-president, or past President Trump, is going to be indicted. In France, Macron is facing a massive protest because of a decision that he made about the age of retirement, and it's complete chaos in France, and especially Paris. Putin has been indicted by the World Court for crimes against humanity. There's the whole thing going on in Brazil with that president, and I could go on and on when it comes to those in power being put in check and being called out for things that they're doing or have done, that the rest of us are saying that's not okay. Whereas in the past, a lot of powerful people get away with a lot of things, and it's just not a whole lot comes to light. In the last few years, it's been a lot of things coming to light, a lot of checks and balances when it comes to justice, to truth, to what is right for, having a loving society, not a deceptive, manipulative society. And that's just one aspect of it. But it's important, for at least for me, because I have to have my awareness on a lot of things to understand these things. But it's also important not to allow any of that stuff to be so distracting to our own growth and development and awareness and clarity and things coming to light for us. So because it's easy to get distracted, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos of the world and things going on. It can really fill a lot of time if you allow it to. So even that should be in balance. I think for a lot of people, you can just be completely checked out, and that's okay. That's totally fine. I think that's good for a lot of people to be completely checked out. I think for some, it's important to just know the highlights and be guided to things to maybe understand more of, or to get more different angles of information. But to keep it superficial, because the totality of our collective and the systems that operate it, governments and everything on down, is being rearranged and cleared up, and to create this new way of living in society eventually, which is going to be love based, which is going to there's going to be a lot of, we've been doing things a certain way for a long time, and it doesn't really work that well. From education, and when kids had the whole structure of school on up through college, isn't the most healthiest, and doesn't really put people in position to thrive and succeed and be soul connected, now does it? To be healthy, aware, and in control of our bodies and emotions and mind, and be spiritually connected and connected with nature. No. It's not set up for any of that. For any of it. If anything, it's set up to be the opposite of that. To be indoctrinated into programs and stories that keep the mind and the body occupied on things that take us away from ourselves. And that's just that example. Then there's the medical community, the technology community, the environmental community, and how all of these different systems, the food and agriculture, sciences, arts, et cetera, et cetera. So all of these systems and governments and platforms and all of these things that are all interconnected and set up a certain way that we can clearly look at on so many different levels and say, yeah, this is all not the greatest. For so many reasons. Why do we continue to operate in this way? And things are going to start to really shift and change for humanity. And it's been going on, but it's really, really starting in these last few years, really in the 2020s. is when, of course, the pandemic really blew the doors open on a lot of things that, like I said before, it looks like a concrete steel structure, this big high-rise building, and it's literally toothpicks and paper mache. And we saw that in so many ways when the pandemic hit. And so it's just continued on through that. So it's across the board and on all levels of our reality and life upon Gaia, from our own very personal, unique life on out and back and forth. And everything that we do, that we're focused on, that we're connected to, affects the collective. And that's, I think, the last thing I'm going to say here before we get into the oracle is really think about not only, your energy and how it affects you and how, you're sensitive to energy or whatever's going on, but we are in a web of life. We are so interconnected. I talk about the energy, the plasma field, the quantum field, the energy cords, and all of that constantly. But if we take it a step further, we have to think about how everything we do and think about, every choice we make, not only affects us, but affects everything and everybody on some level. And to be, hyper vigilant and extra serious about your responsibility to the collective, to the whole, that you're going to play your part for everybody, that whatever you put out is going to be filtered through the collective. So to keep your shit in check, to not let yourself go crazy in fear, crazy in anxiety, crazy in pain in different ways, and to be out of control and upset constantly, or what, any of those things, would be easily brought into chaos and dysfunction and disease, because it not only affects you, it affects everybody. It affects Gaia, it affects the water, it affects the air. To some degree, we are a piece of the whole. Creation is a fractaled reality, no matter from what angle you look at it. And it can be easy to forget, or just allow the illusion of you being this singular, alone, separate thing, that what you think and what you do and what you feel and how you behave and how you treat yourself, or how the overall disposition or your frequency, your energy, is only about you, is not true, and a complete and total illusion. And the more that we all remember that, well, first, we will most certainly understand ourselves better, and what we're feeling and how we're feeling it better. But our ability to connect and to live in this world by knowing through that connection, through that awareness, will increase. And when that happens, it becomes much, much easier to know, to be less confused about what you're feeling, what your body's doing, what's going on around you, because your awareness is heightened to perceive the world and the reality that we're living in on a more energetic and highly defined way than just the basics. To the way I see it is kind of like, it's either, simple blocks, that a little toddler plays with, or really complex sacred geometry. They're both like lines and circles, or curved lines or whatever, but it's a very different thing we got going on there. and how we play with and think of ourselves in reality. So anyway, I'm sure more will come up with the oracle. So I want to move on to that. Definitely. If anybody has any questions or any comments or anything, please go ahead and put it in the chat. I don't mean to be like so hyper serious about this stuff. It's just so, well, I do, but, it's just really important for us to, to understand what's all happening here. Hello, Aaron. And our part in it. What's all happening here and our part in it, and how to really think of ourselves and be responsible, and if we want to grow and evolve and be soul connected and live our lives in the highest possible timelines we possibly can, this is the time when the stuff really gets, where we can really, like I say, catch those waves, like the waves that are coming in to propel us forward, and for us to know more, to be more connected, to know ourselves deeper, to really unite with our soul more than we ever have before. And everybody's in their own place, and there's no, right. It's just, you are where you're meant to be, and all of that. It's just it's about really taking advantage of what's going on right now. And that's why I was guided to do the Soul Quest program. Again, that starts on April 3rd. Enrollment is open now. You can check that out at archangelslove.com. All that stuff, all that good stuff is there. Dawn says, raising your own energy frequency helps raise the collective. Exactly. It's just, we can think about it pretty simply, right? We have positive energy radiating out. It's going to invoke more positive energy. We have more negative energy that we're radiating out. It's going to invoke more negative energy in our immediate world, and it's going to turn up the dial on everybody else that has that same type of programming and things that are, that are more of a negative charge. All of that is connected. So whenever they do it, you feel it. Whenever you do it, they feel it. And that's the collective field and energy. We are all connected. Yes, we have much stronger cords with the people that we personally know and have relationships with, but we're all connected in the web. All of us. Nobody is outside the field. Not any ant, not any bird, not any tree or flower, nothing, and certainly not any human. So that is really, and it's also hopefully helps us to remember when we judge others, when we shame others, when we think badly of others, when we, talk shit and think shit and sling shit, we're getting that shit on us a lot. So it's really important to check ourselves when we start thinking about judging and blaming and being angry and upset at others, whether those are the others in our world or the others in the world, because that is not helpful. And sure, we have to process stuff because we are human and we do get upset, but that's not supposed to be the state of being, It's not supposed to be our state of being. It should be something that we pass, like eating a meal and shitting it out. Literally. And moving on. Not staying in that space on with so many different things and so many different people. And I mean, think about all that. There's so many people that are mad and upset and judgmental and angry and all of that business with so many different things and so many different people. You know how much energy, just shit stinky energy that is? That's cultivating and just cycling through and just adding. It's just, ugh, so nasty. So nasty. So it's good to think about these things. Be really aware. And if people are doing that around you, trying to bring you into complaining and bitching and this and that and all that stuff, have the least amount of you added to it. Excuse yourself, whatever. Do whatever you got to do. Don't be drawn in. Okay, so let's do Oracle, people. Let's do Oracle. Okay, fun. Fun. One second here. I don't usually get into these in lives. Usually these are for like clients and me, and but being guided to pull these out. And I think we're going to do these as well. Well, we're there. Okay. So these cards here, whew, are the archetypes cards. Let me get the book. The archetypes, the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Kranz. And they're circular. And they look like that. And there's a lot of them. And there's a lot of different types of archetypes. And then her other book, her other deck, her last deck in this series, actually, the Wild Unknown Alchemy. And that is this fun business shaped like a hexagon. So I use these decks for monthlies with my clients, and for myself and for other special readings. Like I said, I don't usually use them in lives, but these are the ones I'm guided to today, which is really cool. And then possibly the mystical shaman, or the mystical, my other mystical, whatever, I can't remember the name of it. A lot of mystical business going on. But first, we're going to get into the archetypes. Let me just clear these cards here real quick. Shuffle. Get some, whoa, fire. Oh, and the other thing that came up that I wanted to talk about today, especially with the equinox and with the new moon, a lot of places around the world is dealing with a lot of storms. In the US, we have big business going on again. Here in California, in the West Coast, well, whatever. We're looking at 1 to 2 more feet of snow after the major state of emergency and like 8 feet of snow we got a couple weeks ago. So, and then just across the world, there's a lot of, I've talked about it before, recently, there's a lot of water energy going on. We're just, of course, we just started Aries Pisces season, which is the water just ended. And, but more of this energy with water, and a lot of water, the abundance of water, kind of crossing the world, zigzagging, and yes, it's going to cause some issues for us. But ultimately, what came through the way that Gaia showed it to me today was this is part of the reset. This is a big cleansing, a big clearing, the cycle of the way that the water cycles through the atmosphere, from air to snow and rain to the mountains and on through everything, and how it cycles through, always cycles through. The energy of water and where it goes and how it's moving and et cetera, through the world, at the surface and below the surface and in places that humans aren't even really aware of. So to really kind of the way Gaia is putting it is, have her back when it comes to this, which means think positive thoughts instead of being upset about the rain, upset about floods, upset about snow, too much of whatever. She says, remember, not too long ago, everybody was praying for more water all over the world. And so here it is, and it's coming now, and it's going to continue to come, because there is there's this thirst that has taken place to show us what is needed, and how important the balance of water is, and how it's all interconnected, how hydration is all interconnected, in our bodies and in nature and everything else, for the health of the planet. Clean water and the abundance of water for our landscapes and our growth of vegetation, for mountains to be lush and green instead of dry. We had many fires, hardcore fires, and a lot of that was chemically fueled by things, and either the actual chemicals that were put into the atmosphere on purpose or over time. And a lot of that is getting cleared out and quenched. So this is the quenching after the thirst kind of thing. So to please have her back, be positive about the water that's coming, even if it's going to cause some damage and some displacement and even some death. Of course, it's, there's always going to be that balance of energy in all of this stuff with nature and us and the world and healing and all of that. So just to think positively of that cycle. Let me know if you have any questions about any of that. But she was really adamant about talking about that. Okay. All right. So let's start with the archetypes. You guys can see here. And who is that? Luciana? Hello, Luciana. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Whoa. Such a big deck. Okay. Oh. We have the fault line. The fault line. That is a great card. We're going to get one more. I'm hearing one more here. The fault line. Ooh. Oh, and the womb. The womb just fell. Oh my goodness. I love it. We're going to jump straight into the alchemy deck. We're going to get one of these. Okay, that one just fell, and it is Saturn. like I mentioned earlier, Saturn moved into Pisces right when we had the full moon. And got a little bit of sage going on here, just a little bit. And that is huge going on. Huge, huge, huge. So we have Saturn that came up. So let's get into the fault line first. Let's find the fault line. Oh, I definitely need my glasses. These words are so tiny. That is the place. The fault line is a place. So the way that the archetypes are set up is the selves, the places, the tools, and the initiations. So we have actually two places. We have the fault line and the womb that came up. We didn't have no selves, but places. So let's go to the fault line first. 161. There we go. The fault line. Okay, the fissure, the crack, the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a fundamental shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. Yeah, and maybe a little bit too much smoke. Hold on a second. Come on, stop. I was having such a hard time lately getting it lit that I pulled it all apart earlier, and now it won't stop. When light, redefining reality, breaking open. When dark, precariousness, pretending, and delusion. It is possible that something a loved one said something a loved one said caused a crack in your relationship that has never been mended, revisited. A time to heal is nigh. In Japanese kintsugi pottery, gold is used to mend cracks. Breaks are thought of as precious rather than something to be hidden. Yeah, those Japanese pots are beautiful. If you've not seen them, look them up. They're these ceramic pots that have gold fill in all the cracks, and they're absolutely beautiful. But yes, the fault line, absolutely. This is the time of, things coming up that was hidden, like we talked about earlier. Things will, there's always, when there's a redefining of reality, it's gonna be a little bit of chaos. Definitely. Like, that goes without saying. It's absolutely gonna be chaotic. And like I said, don't let the world and things like, the chaos of things shift take you away from really kind of having your head in the game, sort of thing. Redefining reality, breaking open. And then our next card is the womb, and I want to go right into that. So here's the womb. The nest, the belly, the origin. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles. Oh my gosh, the sun's coming out right now as I'm reading this. That's amazing. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and desperate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return, to be reborn. In the name of love, the womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it as it is within us. And when light, nourishment, harmony, warmth, love, when dark, stricken, ecological crisis, infertility, and imbalance. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hello, Araya. That's beautiful. Hello, Araya. So, wow, having these two cards is absolute. This is so actually very Saturn. These two energies going on, the chaos of the fault line and everything shifting and on shaky ground and what's going on and how, what's, happening in my life. How am I changing? Who am I? To the comfort and the nurturing, healing, loving energy of the womb. And it's so, like, I can't with these cards because it's just so absolutely perfect. These two and the messages of these two and the place that we're in, the places that we're in with these archetypes, with what's going on now, with all of the energies happening that's just being, punched up with this equinox. Vanessa says, those two cards remind me so much of the dragons and how they've been helping me. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, it is a lot. That's these two archetypes together is the very essence of healing yourself, rebirthing yourself, evolving yourself, letting go and bringing in and seeing yourself in that way. And this theme just keeps on coming at us every single day. Harder and harder and harder. And it's no denying the constant energy and the themes of this. But with the womb and, Gaia is coming through so strong. Like, she just came through as I was shuffling the cards, talking about what's going on with water and storms and ice and snow and floods and everything. Her energy here and the divine feminine principle of the feminine energy. And the womb energy, not just because there's the mother and then there's the womb. The mother archetype is a whole other archetype. This is the womb. This is gestation. This is the seed of creation, right? This is being in when we're in the womb, in that cocoon. And that's where we are for ourselves. Those who want to be there anyway, in a really conscious way. Everybody's there whether they know it or not, no matter how much actual intention and awareness they're putting into it, they are in it. But for those of us who are conscious and aware and have that deep desire to raise ourselves, to connect with ourselves and our soul, and to really integrate and embody that beingness of our soul and that integration with this human aspect, this lifetime's human aspect. The womb becomes a very visceral, real place. And again, the energies of beginnings and of being in that cocoon and gestating, the changes that come and the rebirth again and again and again that's going on. This one right now is big time because we're called to go deeper than we ever have before, into places, into the abyss, into the unknown and the dark places that the deep waters of ourselves. And what the womb is telling us is that the deeper you go, the more you'll find that divine feminine nurturing mother principle, because you are you are going you are going into the all and the everything, and all and everything that's in that center is also you. So anyway, wow. Okay, let's quickly go to Saturn. This was our alchemy pick, is Saturn. And Vanessa says yes, 100%. And I opened up right to Saturn. I love it. That was easy. Boom, Saturn. We got Saturn here, guys. Saturn. Okay, so structure, authority, consequences. Saturn is known as the great ruler, the authoritative father, and the structuring force. Limitations, rules, logistics, and laws that all fall under Saturn's claim, and they insist on our adherence. Saturn constricts, it corrects, it governs. It governs. The force of this planet is mind-boggling, frustratingly, especially for creative types, as it can feel like one limitation after another. Yet its ability to support is unmatched. No creative project can come to be without the Saturn energies of commitment, endurance, and steadiness. The tick of the clock reminds us of this planet's steadfast presence, eternally measuring. It's no surprise it's associated with the metal lead and the qualities of density and weight. To embrace Saturn is to embrace the foundation and become one's own central authority. It's not as dull or as easy as it sounds. That's Saturn's secret. And go deeper, read the poem, The Core of Masculinity by Rumi. And to ponder, silence is power. Oh my God, is that ever true? Saturn is deeply related to time and chronology. It is linked to the Greek god Kronos and to Father Time. Consider your relationship with the clock today, and above all, don't be late. I love it. Ironically, and to the amusement of anarchists everywhere, the authoritarian I can't say this word. The authoritarian, there we go, energy of Saturn is said to reside in the middle finger. Oh, that's funny. See that middle finger. Okay, so here we have the cracking open, the womb, and then Saturn representing the father and this masculine energy, structure, authority. So again, it's the like in itself is the balance of the dark and the light. But here we have it really, really strongly, the place of the womb and this energy of Saturn. I mean, can it be any more on the nose about balance and rebirth and beginning, the place of the womb and it being fertilized by that masculine energy. I mean, wow. It's like, holy shit. And again, just once again, this combination, like I said before, this combination is very Saturn with this like soft, nurturing, divine feminine, and this like boom, chaos, like this need to restructure. This is like the beginning of the Saturn structure, because within structure is chaos and restructuring. That's why Saturn and structure is so important. Like that's why it is about structure, is that there's destruction in structure, I guess you could say. And the energy of also that comes through with the numerology of this energy of especially the new moon, but of this time, is the tower. And that is, while we have structure still, there's a lot getting restructured, from the top down. Yes, masculine to balance the womb. Dawn says, yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool here. These two or these three coming, are the ones that come up. It is, like I said, like we know, the equinox is about balance and and the energy coming through to reset the balance of us, of everything, which is the masculine or the divine feminine and divine masculine equaling the divine inner child, and that balance between the masculine and the feminine within our the inner child. And what is the inner child? The inner child is our soul. And what does our soul want? To go home. And so we've come full circle with that at 1:08 here in the Pacific, 13:08, which is always a real strong what's the word, encodement. The 3 is divine love and connection, and the 8 is the the infinite, the cycle, the infinite nature of our soul. And so that's the 138. So anyway, awesome cards here with this, and really driving home, the energies that are coming through with, again, the fault line, chaos, restructuring, things coming up to the surface, things eternally and forever changing. Once that crack and that earthquake starts and everything gets shifted in big ways. And we have had literal earthquakes, really big ones in the last couple months, where not only is that there going to be the cleansing and the rejuvenation of water, but yes, volcanoes and earthquakes as well, coming into play. And they have been, we've had a lot more volcanoes in the last like 5 years than we erupt than we have before, in recent times. And fire energy was a big deal in the last couple of years. So we've been so it's just like cycling through, again, the balance of nature and energy, and how that's going to feed and rejuvenate us through the restructuring of the elements, and things moving and shifting and causing things on the surface to react and respond to that. Again, if we can keep ourselves happy and positive and thinking from the higher perspective, that whatever chaos these shifts and changes may cause for us, that in the end it's for us, not in a positive way, not in a detrimental way. And things that are being done, she's coming through, she says that things are being done and managed as gently as they possibly can, while being as effective as they need to be, in alignment with all of the energies that are coming through and just the way things need to go. There's always the balance between, the destruction and the creation, using nature and the way she uses her nature and the elements. So anyway, okay. Anything with any of this? Any questions, comments, feelings, thoughts, with this business? And this is, and then tomorrow we have the new moon. So I didn't get into basically any of that because, sort of a little bit, because it is all connected, but tomorrow we'll be back to talk about the new moon and all that going on. Oh, I need to check YouTube, see if there's, sorry for anybody. Okay, there hasn't been any, I don't think. No. Nope, no new comments there. Okay, so let me just double check here, make sure this is, no. Okay, so I hope that's all, processing and landing on, you guys, and you can really feel that how strong these energies are for our ongoing evolution, healing. Ooh, excuse me. Development, and the wonderful energies of the spring equinox that are coming through fresh right now to help us with all of that. It's really, really quite magical. And I love these times. I love the spring equinox is one of my very favorite things, no matter what of that we experience and we can connect to and tap into and be part of. And there's so many things that happen all the time, but seriously, this is just multi layers of beginnings, and and yeah, beginnings and the rebirthing of us, and so many things. It's just in just the spring and what's coming up. It's just a lot of amazing multi-layered, like, birthing energies. There's a lot of still, and there will be a lot of gestation, a lot like the womb energies we're going to be in. So please try to find yourself in that energy. Maybe that'll come into play with our spirit walk we're going to get into here in a second. So I am going to close the chat here. Thank you. Vanessa says, bless you. Thank you. I'm going to close my chat here on Fireside so I can turn on music on my computer that we can listen to, because I can't mute Fireside on its own. Again, being guided to the same one that I have been before, that I think we've used in the last like 2 or 3 shows. It is a 432 hertz, rain of money, music, awakening wealth and urgent prosperity, miracle of grace and blessing. This is also the healing frequency. Well, truly, any of these sulfuego, I can never say that right. Frequencies heal you on some level, but some are more known for that. And the 432 is definitely known for that. It carries the vibration of the universe, so it helps you to calibrate with the energies that are with the universe and with Gaia. So it's always going to feel good. It's always going to help stabilize and ground and release energies that you don't need. So definitely one of the foundational frequencies that you can listen to. Okay, so with that said, hi Gilbert. Gilbert's come to say hello. It has been Little Bear lately when I start to do spirit walks that she all of a sudden shows up and wants all this attention. But just happens to be Gilbert right now. Hi, Gilbert. Okay, so I'm going to turn down my light. Hope you guys can hear that music okay. Or if you can't, feel free to play one of your own. Hopefully that's not too distracting. But I don't like to have these too loud, because then I feel like I have to compete or talk really loud. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on for now. So in positions, lovelies, and thanks again for being here. Those of you who are here, those of you who are watching on the replay, thanks for being here. Being guided here to take part in receiving these messages, and then, of course, the spirit walk. So in a seated position, unless you have to be laying down, your comfort is most important. Want to have your spine straight, shoulders back, abs engaged, smile on your face, chin up. Your pelvis isn't tilted or shifted to the left or the right, forward or backwards. So you're nice and in alignment with your body here. Eyes closed. And if you have an eye mask or something to put over your eyes, that's even better. Keep it nice and dark for your pineal gland. And I'm feeling a lot of tightness and tension, like in the neck. So if you just gently rock your head back and forth, side to side at first, and just a little stretch there. Make sure your shoulders are back. And then forward and push it down as much as you can. And then backward gently, same thing. And then now do a gentle and slow, nothing too fast, nothing too crazy. Gentle and slow circular motion here with your entire head. Nice and gentle, slowly back and forth, rolling clockwise and then counterclockwise. I want to make sure that this is open. So I'm feeling either someone or collectively this tension here. It could be with all the energies that are coming through and we're filtering it through. It's getting kind of backed up, or in the neck area, in the throat chakra, and the neck. So we want to talk to the body, loosen that up. So stretching out those neck muscles on the side and then in the back and in the front. And then come to center when you're done. Hopefully, yeah, that feels better to me. Hopefully that feels better across the board, everybody. And just check again your posture, abs engaged, chest out, shoulders back, chin up, nice and straight. Smile. And take a couple deep, slow breaths in and out of the nose. Gonna open up our energy field, open up the doors to our guides and guardians now. All around us. Just think of that in a 360 all around you, whatever sacred space you happen to be in. That you open up that space. Collectively, like the message here is about clearing the energies in your home, in your whatever, in your room, in your home, whatever is your space to govern and you're responsible for, whether it's an office space, your car, whatever, but especially your sacred space, where you spend your time, where your home is, where you sleep at night, where you all the space in your home. They're saying we worked on this a little bit last week when we cleared out and we worked with the ultraviolet light, and that is still working. Please tap back into that for yourselves during this entire rest of this week. we can supercharge those energies. Please do what you can in your own space with clearing, with sage, Palo Santo, any mint, orange, essential oils in your diffuser, lighting sage and going through your entire home. And same thing with the Palo Santo and anything else, whatever rituals you have for clearing energetic space. So aside from that, also still purging, getting rid of, moving, shifting things around in your home, in your space, throwing things away, donating things, organizing. This is really going to help stabilize and ground you and make you feel less chaotic in your field as these shifts are coming through and continue to come through, because they will continue. Shifts are definitely taking place right now. And so that is a way to get really stable and to be really stable, to clear the energy. So that's the first thing that's coming through here very strongly. But once again, to tap in with those energies from last week when they all came through and did all the energy with like the ultraviolet light to clean, literally, on the surface of everything and in the environment. But because there's so much that's coming up, and it is kind of like volcano energy. It's erupting and it's coming out, so it needs to be cleared, and then it's erupting and coming out, so it needs to be cleared. So just and the more that you can clear in your physical space, the less disrupted you'll be in your energetic space, and the less friction and static you'll feel, because there won't be these spots in your space that has like pockets of energy that is out of alignment with you and what is coming through. So just keep that in mind. Thinking of your space and how it needs, for it to be as comfortable as possible, to rearrange things, and of course to get rid of things that don't belong. Okay. So the next thing that's coming through is on the heels of that, we're getting this energy, which is what I expected with the womb, with womb energy. So once just a little bit more here. So keeping in mind everything that was just said about your space, where you are, where you sleep, where you rejuvenate, your bed, your everything about your bed, and where you relax, and where you eat, and where you cook, and how you nurture yourself through food, and where you shower and cleanse yourself, and all that, everything. To consider that also your womb space. So there's the energetic and spiritual womb space of yourself, and where you can go energetically or feel energetically, but also the womb space. She's showing me just where you are and where you live, and to think about yourself as a gestating fetus that will be born, and that, of course, the cleaner that space is in your womb, the healthier you will be as you are rebirthed. And for now in this space, just to allow yourself to let this energy envelop you and come all around you, that is warm and fluid, like a womb, like being in that embryonic fluid, suspended in that fluid, So you're not, there's no, like, gravity just isn't a thing for you. And it's warm and it has this beautiful orange and red glow all the way around. It feels very safe, very calming, very loving, very familiar, and very comforting. And Mother Gaia would like to speak with us now. Dear ones, thank you so much for being here, for receiving our messages through the Oracle, and now for joining us in this spirit walk. If you think about being a baby in your mother's womb, my child, my proverbial child and baby eternally, as you are rebirthed again and again from mother to mother. When you begin a new human life, you start with no experiences, no history of your own, no story, nothing to let go of. You're fresh and vital and pure and untainted by anything from until the moment you are born, and the surroundings of your world through your parents, your family, whatever your particular story happens to be, with extended family or being cared for by others outside of your ancestral family who assume responsibility for you, or those within your lineage and others that may have cared for you. And as you go through life, you gain your own awareness and experience and stories. And of course, things have happened to you that have been painful on different and so many levels, and traumatizing, painful, and that you have carried with you. And whatever age you are now, as you've grown, maybe your awareness to these hurts and pains and experiences you can understand have been connected to your other lives as well. We have come to you with those messages before, and how these lives are happening concurrently and are all connected. When in one life you are traumatized or abused, in all lifetimes that is felt and mirrored in some way. The balance of these energies, of your experiences, of these stories, and how they are experienced, are carried through and attached to your soul. And when you heal, you also carry that energy, and the rest of your lives are prompted to heal and are healed in various ways. So I want you to think now, as we enter this time of new beginnings of this lifetime, your story in this incarnation, and the ways in which you've learned and grown and evolved, what fears you may have liberated yourself from, reprogrammed your way of thinking, installed new parameters for understanding reality. I would like you to congratulate yourself on these triumphs, but also know that there is much more work to be done, much still to heal from, to let go of, to make space for the incoming that is of a higher vibration and frequency and storylines for you. First, you must release to receive. And in this womb space, I want you to know that you have the ability to give to me, your mother. And you may at least start with the intention of being aware of yourself in this story, this lifetime, of your fears, your triggers, your hangups, your blocks, your pains, your addictions, your traumas, and all they are connected to, and how heavy that they are, and the structure in which others and how they are built upon more of the same. And now is the time to consider to release them, to have the intention of shifting your understanding and how and what you hold on to, what still needs to be healed, what needs to be seen from a different light and perspective, and to have the openness to be guided to ways in which to do this. Today, right now, is about you having the awareness and the understanding and the intention to do this. And for me to hold you in this space of rebirth of the womb, of pure and utter safety and understanding, support, and unconditional love, that you will have everything you need to overcome all of these obstacles and blocks and negative energies in so many different ways in which it is connected into your body, into your system, into your energy centers. And how it is heavy and holds you down and back when you are meant to fly, dear ones. You are meant to fly. Truly, seriously, it is possible for humans to rise, to lift off of the ground. But that requires lightness. So figuratively and literally, it is possible to be so very light. But in order to do that, there needs to be a releasing of everything that is heavy, that pulls you down. Judgment, shame, fear. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Anxiety, stress, worry. Heavy, heavy, heavy. In order to rebuild a new life for yourself, a lighter, more connected, soul connected life for yourself, the structure that is needed is in the lightness, because everything that will come through to connect to that structure will be light as well, instead of dark and heavy. We all have been working so hard to remove the heavy structure of the material matrix built in fear and manipulation, judgment and shame, lies and deception. The truth is the light. Your soul is light. It is true. There is nothing untrue about your soul. So when you connect to your soul, you are pure truth. And the truth is that the heaviness of fear and dark illusions, the experiences of trauma, abuse, and any sadness and grief, anger, shame that you've experienced will keep you from that lightness and is no longer needed. So within the womb, I would like you to see yourself as a structure of energy. And have the intention of making the entire structure light. And to be open, to be guided in your life, in your wake state and in your sleep state, whatever meditative state you are in, that you are guided to information, places, people, situations that will help you to understand, to unlock, to let go, to clear, and to allow me to help you as well, to take that from you. We are together always, me and you. I am nature, you are nature. The air, the leaves of the trees, and everything on the ground, all the flowers and herbs and vegetables and fruit and anything that you can hold and touch and nourish yourself with is meant to heal you, to clear you. And at this time of the great rebirth of the new you and the new me, the new earth, I bring to you the awareness and hope that you use and consume and learn about the medicines that I give you, known as plant medicines. There are so very many all over the world. There are people who have worked with me and have used my gifts and have created through my guidance in ways to formulate, extract, and put into practice the use of plant medicines for so many different reasons to help you, your body, your energy field, to connect spiritually to me and yourself and your soul, to Mother, Father, God, and all of creation. May your awareness and magnetism to these allies, the plant allies that can come to you and work with you, be open and you to be more receptive to them than you ever have been. May you rebirth and come out of this womb energy lighter and clearer and receptive to receive the medicines that I give you and the places that I guide you to connect with me and yourself and all of the dimensions and the beings that are around you. May the truth and the light of the truth be your North Star that you always follow as you rebirth yourself again and again and again, even in this lifetime. May the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine be a perfect swirl of energies within you. May the chaos and confusion of the restructuring and the shiftings and changes of the world and of your personal lives be soothed by your own groundedness and connection and awareness of the energies. May you lift and rise above the chaos. Be part of the solution, not the problem in your own life and in the world. Manage and master yourself, your energy, your emotions, your body. You are the priestess, the priest, the god, the goddess, the divine incarnate, so very powerful. May your warrior heart guide you always to your maximum potential. And may all obstacles leave your field by your pure magical essence and intention to be of the light, to shine bright, and to know nothing is impossible and nothing can truly stop you. I love you dearly and eternally, forever and always, infinitely. May you feel the power of my love surround you, nurture you, feed you, guide you, hold you always. May the essence of your soul and your divine inner child always find me, your mother, to run with and play, to laugh and to love with, to be eternally connected, wrapped up together in love and harmony, and the intention to co-create beauty and love. Lastly, dear ones, I would like you to think about releasing now, shutting a skin that surrounds you. Just the first layer, as if you have too much sun and your skin is peeling. This is the energy I would like you to think of. Peeling off the first layer as you are in this womb state. Intentionally peeling off this layer of skin around you. This will symbolize you letting go of what you don't need because you're growing, you're changing. So pull it off of you all over your body, your face, your neck, your back, your shoulders. Pull it off of you. See the glistening, beautiful skin, light shimmering underneath as you pull the skin off of you, your chest, your breasts, your stomach, your hips, your buttocks, your thighs, your knees, your calves, all the way down to your toes, your fingers, your elbows. Pull the skin off and see what is beneath. Bright, shimmering light. This is you starting today, new, rebirthed. Even if it's just this one layer, see what is beneath. See the truth of you. Crystalline, shiny, smooth, bright, light, shimmering, translucent. Feel and see the energy and the lightness of your soul underneath that layer of skin. Feel it. This is the new you. See the reality of your divine beingness just below the skin level and surface. See the power in you finding that and seeing it and peeling away what is no longer needed of yourself, your identity. Who you thought you were is ever changing into the new reality that is soul based and soul connected. The reality and the truth of who you are to be able to come out in every moment and every day as you move forward on your journey. See yourself. I hold up a mirror for you to look at yourself, look at your face, see it translucent and light. The identity of the human is not important here. You see past this now. See and look into your eyes full of light. That is your soul looking back at you. Feel it from the inside and see it reflecting on that mirror. Smile together. You are one. You are to come together. You are your divine union coming. See the swirls of the divine masculine and the divine feminine swirling together, making up your soul. See the prism of light and look deep within to the matrix that is your Merkaba, your soul print, your soul song. Let it radiate out your unique frequency, connected, fully connected to your human life and experience, not separated from it by illusion and fear and stories of others to try to separate you from your own very soul. One of the most important things for me as your mother, who brings you life and everything that nourishes you, is to guide you to your own oneness with your soul, and therefore to the all that is the us and the we of life upon my body, but our place in all of creation and how we all coexist. Please remember our family of other planets within our solar system and how they support us and work with us and move in ways that only are magical to bring us the energies all the way down from Mother, Father, God, filtered through the galactic web of the multiverse to come down and to be with us from all corners of creation. Here upon the spring equinox, and for those in the southern hemisphere, the autumn equinox, changing and shifting of energies, light and dark, from one side to the other, and all of the elements coming together, that you are also as well, Earth and Star Child. Feel them, magnetize to them. Think north and south, east and west, light and dark, water and fire, earth and air coming together now. You suspended in the womb with your own light of your soul. Look at yourself, feel yourself, connect. Have the intention of releasing to receive. Witness yourself now. Feel the energy within you and around you. The truth of love and light and supreme and maximum abundance holding you. How connected you are. You are not alone. You are not separate. You are loved and connected and supported. There truly is nothing to fear. I would like to give you this gift of the diamond light, the single refractive diamond, and the energy of the diamond. See it forming in front of you, between you and the mirror, as you're suspended in the womb. It is in whatever shape you would like it to be in. It is very large, the size of a cantaloupe. It is forming in front of you now. This is your diamond light energy gift for the spring equinox. May its single refractive energy and the vibrations that it can hold within it for clarity and light, healing and unity, soul connection and awareness. Connect it to yourself and your light gates. Connect it to yourself in your womb, in your sacred space that your physical body is in. It is an anchor and a beacon and a charge for you, an ever-present pulse of energy with the intention to clarify and unite, heal, and ground you within you and your soul together. May this divine union be cocooned in the light of the diamond. Hold this diamond now. Feel its energies connect and integrate with you through your fingertips and your hands, going through your arms, your shoulders, your spinal cord, all the way down, all of your chakras, your physical body, your energetic body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body. As you look in the mirror holding your diamond, the translucent skin so you can see and feel your soul as you look in the mirror. See yourself, see your soul getting brighter with this diamond light, charging you up, helping you to release and let go of what no longer is required within your body for your soul story, for your human story, for your soul missions and destinies to unfold. Everything that needed to happen up until this moment is perfect and purposeful, but much of it no longer needed to stay within your field. Have the intention of this diamond light, the power of your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your energetic body, and your spiritual body connected with your soul to release what no longer is needed, required, valid, and in resonance with your frequency as you move forward, dear ones. May this charge be ever present throughout the entirety of your lifetime. There will always be more to release and let go of as more comes up for you, more you experience, the more you evolve. May this diamond light be ever present in that process for you. May you see your translucent skin and your soul, the divine light within you, the power that you have to create and co-create your world, your life. I know forever and always, I and we support you and love you. Thank you so much for being here, for receiving, for working with me always. I love you deeply and eternally. I will be with you always and together here soon. Well, loves, that was Gaia. Whew, that was amazing and very, very intense and very floaty. We're still in this space though, so don't be pulled out of it here. Beautiful. This womb space, this energy, of course, that diamond gift that she gave us. Just give yourself a couple minutes here to allow the waves of all of that. I know it can be really intense and she can move really quickly with everything. So just take a moment to just let it settle in. So powerful, her message and her words and her gifts and her connection. You can see why it's so important for me to be here as a channel for her messages and what she brings to us. I feel personally so very peaceful and centered through that. I hope you do too. So please feel free to stay in that space, kind of marinate in that as much as you want. If you are in a space where you can lay down if you want to lay down, or just move very slowly to the laying down position, if that feels right for you, or you can just sit there and feel into this for the next 5 to 10 minutes if that feels good. Don't rush this here. You can stay here in this energy for as long as you like. There's no need to leave this anytime soon or before you're ready. It is very peaceful, very comforting. But also remember, you can come here again whenever you like. Thanks to everybody for being here. All of our guides and guardians on both sides of the veil, soul family on both sides of the veil, those with me here live and those in the future for the replay, and of course, Gaia. Thank you for being you and working with me and with us. Until next time, which is tomorrow, for the new moon, everybody, have a wonderful, beautiful, magical rest of your spring equinox. I love you all dearly.